This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing, starting my digital inspection at 1405 Eboe Avenue. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Out in the Imperial Beach area of San Diego. We are on top of a very low slope roof. So we have two different roofing systems on this property. We have an architectural shingle on this portion. We have a torch down roofing system over here. And then over there on the patio deck, we have another torch down system. Right off the bat, I noticed just how low of a slope this roof is, meaning that it's very flat. And typically for a roof that is this flat, you would want to have a torch down roof on it or a TPO roof because it is a flat roofing system. Or if we're gonna have this architectural shingle, ideally what we wanna do is ensure that we have a very protected underlayment that's underneath it, an upgraded underlayment that's underneath it. So this roof came with an older felt underlayment. Not necessarily that it's the wrong, that it's the wrong roofing type. It's not a roofing system that I would be putting on any of my newer roofs, but back in the day when this roof was put on, it might have been okay at the time. But the reason I'm saying that is for any kind of low slope roof, the reason why we're using a specialized material like a torch down material or a TPO is that the water is not going to flow freely off this product. When you have a shingle product like this shingle product is meant for water to flow very freely off of it. So what ends up happening on a flat roof like this though, is that water isn't gonna flow so freely. It's gonna end up sitting. And then because it ends up sitting, it's gonna end up finding a way onto the home or into the home itself. We can also see just how loose this system is too. We can see how loose all these shingles are. This stuff is really just kind of coming up super easily. It's not really adhering to the property anymore. Obviously we do have the nails, but the adhesive strip on this shingle product is no longer adhering to the shingle underneath it. So this roof, it was not installed poorly, I will say that. The torch down material on both sides, whether it's this side and the patio roof, were installed properly. I don't see any issues with this roof. All the material is still adhering to the drip edge along the perimeter of the roof, so that is a good sign. I don't see areas where water sits or ponds. That is another good sign. My only concern with this roof is the material that was used on this section of it. Again, we can go ahead and use a shingle product on a flatter roof like this, as long as we use an upgraded underlayment like a titanium peel and stick, as opposed to the standard felt underlayment, which is underneath this roof. And I'll show you what I am talking about. So here's the felt underlayment that's underneath this property right now. And you can see just how old this stuff is. This stuff is really just kind of starting to crumble in my fingertips. And at that point, it's gone past its life expectancy. But again, because that underlayment is in that shape, you want to make sure that water is going to be flowing freely off this roof. And with this type of material, based off how flat it is, that's not necessarily going to be the case. So even though this roof does look good, I wouldn't expect it to last a whole lot longer. I would give this roof, another 5 years or so as far as life expectancy goes on this roof plane. I believe that this flat roof over here on this section, as well as on the other roof plane, I think those roofs are in great shape. Again, my only concern with this roof is the fact that this does not have that upgraded underlayment underneath it. Okay, all the penetrations look to be in good shape. We can see all the sealant around the penetrations is still good. There is some signs of termite damage along some of the fascia board, and a lot of these fascia boards have been painted over, so it does kind of cover up some of that damage. So I would suggest to have a termite inspector come out and just to assess the property. But again, the rest of the roof, in my opinion, looks like a good roof. The only problem being that this shingle material does not have the upgraded titanium peel and stick or a similar product underneath it. That's it for my inspection.